Okay, the clock turned to 7. We welcome you to our City Council policy session this evening, and remind you we have an open comment form. If you want to speak during the open comment period, there's yellow forms out on that table. We need to excuse and Councilmember Roper this evening. We'll have our opening ceremony by Councilmember Peterson.
Thank you. Will you please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our Father in heaven, we come before thee this evening as citizens of this city and express our appreciation for the freedom that allows us to deliberate and to take action on behalf of our city. We are grateful for the opportunity under calm and peaceful circumstances. This night we ask as we deliberate as a body that we might do so in wisdom, that we might be listening to those who have come to petition our government this evening, and that we might be wise in the judgments that we act on behalf of those that we represent. We pray for people across our country and in communities spread from coast to coast who are affected with natural disasters of all kinds. We pray that those in those communities might be able to come together to be able to alleviate the suffering and be able to restore those communities to good standing. We ask a special blessing this evening to be upon those who serve and protect our city, our police, our fire, and those in our armed forces. We ask for thy protection to be upon them as they serve, and that their families might also be able to receive them home safely. For this we ask and do in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen.
Thank you. Council, we have some minutes to approve this evening. Have you had a chance to read through those?
Mayor Pro Tem, I would move that we approve the following sets of minutes: the July 25th, 2017 work session, the August 8th, 2017 work session, the August 22nd, 2017 policy session, and the August 24th, 2017 work session as written.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. We don't have any public hearings this evening, so that brings us to our open comment period. I have one form from Amanda Maxwell Toon at 113 East, 2325 South. Would you like to come up and make sure you pull that microphone down so it will get recorded?
Let's use this one, and then it'll kind of, then you can be seen a little bit better. I'll stand by.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem and City Council.
We are the Toon Kids, Amanda, Benson, Max, and I'm Lily, that live on 2325 South. And today we are representing some of our friends who live on our street. We have come to speak to you because there is a problem with our road. We live near a cul-de-sac on 2325 South, and the road there. We have always loved to ride our bikes, scooters, and rollerblades in the cul-de-sac, but changes have been made to our road.
A few years ago, the city repaved our road. They put down gravel and a small amount of tar. Since then, the gravel has come loose because the snowplows and cars driving along.
Now our road is covered in rocks that cause us to slip and fall when we are riding our bikes, scooters, rollerblades, and running. The rocks have gotten in our lawns and are killing our grass. In the winter, when the snow plows come, they don't only plow the snow, they also scoop up into one huge pile. Once the snow melts, there is a big pile of gravel in the middle of our cul-de-sac.
The scouts in our ward did a service project when they cleaned up the rocks in our street. Eventually, the whole neighborhood was out helping them. Together, the whole neighborhood filled 2 big garbage cans full of gravel, and they barely scratched the surface. The next day, it looked like they had never cleaned up anything. We respectfully ask that you repave our road just like the road on Main Street. It would make the kids in our neighborhood very happy, safe, and much more active. Our parents will email you a copy of this letter that is signed by all the kids in our neighborhood. We will also send some pictures for your consideration. Thanks for listening to us. We appreciate it.
Thank you. That's great. Your community and seeing a problem and coming and addressing it. Kind of scary talking to a bunch of big people, grown-ups sometimes, but you did a great job. We will take this information. We take pride in our streets, and we redo streets every year, a certain number of streets that need to be redone. They're done in different ways. Sometimes it's gravel and sometimes it's just a slurry seal. We will take this information. Did you give that letter to Nancy? And we'll get that to our Public Works Department and have them take a look at it and see what we can do. Then we'll get back to you. We have your information here. Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to? Oh, you have a question. I didn't see your hand. It was behind the chair. Yeah. Okay, mention. Is there anyone else who would like to speak during the open comment period? All right, thank you. Our next item is consider approval of resolution 2017 R15 expressing the intent to reorganize the North Davis Fire District as a local district service area as defined in and subject to the provisions of Title 17B, Chapter 2A, Part 9 of the Utah Code entitled Service Area Act. And I'll let Adam go over this item.
Thank you, Your Honor. Back in 2004, Clearfield City assisted in the creation of the North Davis Fire District, and we recently received a request from the Fire District's Administrative Control Board to a special service district. Right now, the Clearfield City Council serves as the governing body of the North Davis Fire District. The resolution before you tonight would announce intent to consider this change. We'll have a few more months during which we can receive public comment and the council can consider its final action, which would ultimately take place sometime, most likely after the annexation of Sunset City into the district that's being considered currently. We have discussed this in work session. Our recommendation this evening to the council is to approve that resolution 2017-R15 and have the council express intent to reorganize the North Davis Fire District as a local district service area.
All right, thank you. Council, we discussed this earlier. Is there any other discussion you want to do at this time?
I'm just not quite sure how I feel, but I feel that it's good to express our intent, and we can start working on the details and as we hear from the public and things like that. So.
Okay.
Mayor Pro Tem, I apologize just for the little bit of the sidebar there. I had a follow-up question on that. As we've discussed in the work session about this, there are the overall intent on this, I don't have any concern with. I do serve on the North Davis Fire District as one of the representatives for Clearfield, and this action in and of itself, I don't have any reservations again, as long as it is contingent upon the full execution of or the completion of the Sunset annexation. As long as that comes to a completion before this body votes on it, it's not something that I'm opposed to. We're 13 years out from the creation of that entity, and there is representation from the cities that participate within that too, so that you do have the representation as far as the taxation that's collected there to operate that district.
Okay.
And I'll just repeat what I said in the work session, that additionally, I think before it happens, we obviously need to see the charter, the bylaws that we're going into, which is in a premature state right now, but I would expect to see that before we actually adopt it. So, with that, I'll make the motion to approve Resolution 2017-R-15, expressing the intent to reorganize the North Davis Fire District as a local district service and subject to the provisions of Title 17B, Chapter 2A, Part 9 of the Utah Code entitled Service Area Act, and authorize Mayor Pro Tem's signature to any necessary documents.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. This is a resolute roll call vote. Councilmember Young?
Aye.
Councilmember Peterson?
Aye.
Councilmember Phipps?
Aye.
Okay, it's unanimous. Thank you. That's the only agenda item we have tonight. We have communication items. I don't have anything to report other than Utah League Conference this week that I'm going to be attending. Looking forward to that the next 3 days. Councilmember Young, you have anything?
Nothing this evening, Your Honor.
Councilmember Peterson?
Nothing.
Just a couple of things with Wasatch Integrated, that the burn plant is going to be taken down this fall, and they're having an auction next week if you're interested in buying a burn plant or any parts associated with it.
Bricks for sale?
Yeah. They do, they have office furniture and other things. It's just a fire sale, I guess you could say. But it is a public auction, and so it will be there. And the plans the engineering drawings are being in place now, and construction is expected next year on the facility, the transfer station, and so we're hoping to have that operational by the end of next year.
Okay. Thank you. Adam, you have anything?
We will be sending our monthly update to you this evening. There's quite a bit of information in there. And for you children, thanks again for coming tonight. I want you guys to turn around. There's a guy back there in a blue and white striped shirt. His name is Scott. He's waving to you. Okay, Scott is over roads. And so what we're going to do is we're going to have Scott make sure that he has your information, like our Mayor Pro Tem said, and we'll make sure that he and his crews get out there and walk through your neighborhood. Let's make sure we've got your exact address. We want to make sure we get it right. and we'll coordinate and follow up with you guys on that.
Any other staff reports, Nancy?
Just our calendar. So we do have work session next Tuesday, and the following week we'll have work session and policy session. Currently we are our third, so we're getting things planned.
All right, any other staff reports? All right, I need a motion to adjourn policy session, go back into work session.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You're welcome to go back into our work session with us in the conference room if you'd like to.